All right, so finally, yes, some official updates today straight from Blizzard because, yes, they just revealed a new update live stream is happening this May straight from the dev team, and they're going to be going over new details about post-launch. Plus, some exciting news about that post-launch, by the way, that things are looking very, very bright for the future of Diablo 4, and new responses from the dev team about your burning questions. Also, the Microsoft Activision acquisition doesn't appear to be happening, so what does that mean for Diablo 4 going forward? And it's time to prepare for the server slam. There's some important things you need to do right now. Let's talk about it. So yes, let's dive into the official stuff first. Check it out right here, straight from the official Diablo 4 Twitter. Diablo 4 will be here soon, but that's only the beginning. Yes, less than 30 days to go. Now it says tune in to the developer update live stream on May 10th at 11 a.m. PT for a look into the post-launch experience. They're going to be talking about, yes, the Battle Pass, seasons, and cosmetics, and how that all will interact and work together. So we're going to be taking a look at that on May 10th at 11 a.m., and I hope to do some videos on it. So if you miss it, don't worry. Yeah, I will have you guys covered. Also, check this out from Rod Ferguson, who goes on to say this. Hey you, yes you, did you know the Diablo 4 team is still hiring? We're going to be supporting this game for years to come, so we have some great opportunities for you to join our team. Check them out below. And this bodes very well for Diablo 4 in the future. It goes to show that they are willing to already look to the future. So check it out right here. Shows off some of the opportunities that they have for hiring, and you can see they're looking for senior producer for live operations, community manager, senior data analyst. But it gets very interesting as we keep going into these opportunities. It says right here, manager, lead gameplay engineer, and they're also looking for a software engineer, engine systems. But beyond that, they're also looking for someone that's really good in design, including activities, and then also class and combat design, and then lead dungeon designer. So it looks like they're wanting to expand this game right out of the gates, but they are immediately looking to the future of what they want to do, perhaps for expansions and DLC. So to me, this is great news. It means that they're expecting that this game to do very well out of the gates in terms of sales, so they have the confidence to hire, it seems. Oh, by the way, check this out right here, that yes, they are interested in hiring a lead 3D artist. So this tells me that they are wanting to expand, of course, the class system. They have not been shy about this in the past, but hopefully we see tons of new classes. That would be really cool, and they go all in on Diablo 4. That gets me super hyped. Now, there are some things that you can do right now to really prep for the server slam. Check this out right here. This is super important. It says Redfall GeForce Game Ready driver released. Get the definitive experience enhanced with DLSS 3 and Reflex, but Diablo 4 is mentioned here for server slam. There's a game ready support for that, so be sure to update your drivers before we actually hop into the server slam, which is happening very, very soon. I cannot wait. Now, the official Diablo 4 Twitter account did release this really cool video. It showed like all the horse cosmetics that you can actually get and the different mount customizations that you can do with your horses. But WoW had actually slowed down this video because it was like at a rapid pace, and they showcased 17 different mounts that you can actually obtain. Check it out right here. This is really cool. So let's go through them one by one and let me know which one is your favorite. This one looks definitely ready for a necromancer. And then we have the white stallion. And then we have a horse that looks like it definitely needs to be fed. Now this one's really cool. It's almost like a jackal type horse, I guess you would say. But as you can see, there's going to be a ton of mount cosmetics, or mounts, I should say, that you can actually obtain. This one's neat. It seems like it glows. I'm wondering if this is going to be like glowing at nighttime or something like that. But you can see how they have a mix of really wild-looking horses, otherworldly-looking horses that kind of glow, give off a ghostly type of appearance. And then there's some horses that have been really through it. Some war-torn stuff going on here with some of these horses. But yeah, again, let me know which one is your favorite. I think this one is so cool. I don't know what it is. But I can see like my barbarian riding on the stallion for sure. But some really cool stuff going on with the mounts. And I'm not too sure if this is all of the mount customization we can expect, but this might just be a sliver of what we can expect from mounts in the game. All right, so let's get into those burning questions. to the dev team who were kind enough to answer them out on Twitter. So let's dive into that right now. Check it out right here. We have Jordan who says this: confusion around lightning damage. Does all lightning damage have a chance at base to 1, stun, and 2, form crackling energy? Or do you need gear/skills to unlock these features? And Rod Ferguson paged Joseph Porpora, who responded saying this: lightning damage does not natively possess these special traits. Players will need to spec towards these effects through the skill tree and in the Paragon boards to unlock more of those benefits. So there you have that answer right there. And I'm sure that's going to help many of you that are going to go all in on Sorcerer as well. Now, the big question is, will Diablo 4 come to Switch? We know that there have been Diablo games on Switch and actually works perfectly for that platform. So let's get into this one right here. That's the question. And the answer from Rod Ferguson, unfortunately, is nothing is planned. And I feel you on that one, the sad face right there. It'd be really cool if they managed to get it on Switch eventually. But yeah, currently not in the plans. Now, Jimmy has a question here. He says this: so excited. Hey, Rod, for those of us that struggle with the cursor getting lost, could we see some accessibility features added in Diablo 4, such as scaling, color, etc.? There are third-party apps, YOLO, but they may be against terms of service. And the response is here from Rod Ferguson, who paged vicariously Drew. Let's see that reply right now, shall we? Drew did respond saying cursor color and cursor scaling are absolutely great features to have. They are already on my ever-growing list of accessibility features I'm looking to add. So awesome to hear that they are going to be continuing adding accessibility features for those of you that really need it and want it. So they are definitely not ignoring that at all. We got to talk about a very big deal that did happen recently, or I should say did not happen at all. And that is this one right here. Check it out. It says Britain blocks Microsoft's $69 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. $69 billion. I can't even fathom that. That is insane. Of course, you guys already probably know that Activision owns Blizzard, and Blizzard, they own Diablo 4. So this deal would most likely influence Diablo as a franchise in some way down the road if Microsoft was to actually successfully acquire Activision. Now, it doesn't seem like that is going to happen whatsoever, because when it is blocked like this, usually for the most part, 90% of the time, the deal falls through. Now, Activision will still get paid $3 billion somehow, so I'm sure that they'll walk away from the deal happy no matter what. But with Diablo 4 in particular, it's safe to say now that it would remain on the PlayStation going forward for the very, very foreseeable future. When we're talking about Diablo 5 and then expansions and that sort of thing, you really don't have to worry about exclusive content on, it seems like, at least to me, on Xbox going forward. So that's really important. So if those of you that were worried that, hey, is it going to be where the expansions are going to be exclusive to Xbox? Is that going to happen? No, that is not going to happen, it seems. And I think this is a win for the gaming community overall, because I don't want you PlayStation users missing out whatsoever. I love PlayStation so much, and I still think it's a bummer that many PlayStation users will not be able to experience Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6. It still blows my mind that that sort of monopoly even exists, and I think it's very unfortunate. And I always remember when EA acquired the NFL license, and then all of a sudden, one of my favorite games, NFL 2K5, it was no more. There was no more NFL 2K6, you know? To this day, it would be absolutely amazing to have an NFL 2K game from 2K Games, but that was never going to happen. And this is why I am totally against these type of acquisitions. I think that everyone should be able to enjoy the game on whatever platform, especially if it's a third-party title already and has existed there already. Like Elder Scrolls, it already exists on many, many different platforms. Hell, it even exists on Switch now for $70 for some reason. But anyway, yeah, I just think that this is going to be a win for everyone if, in fact, the acquisition does fall through, which it seems to be. That's the direction it's headed. All right, so yes, let's get into your top comments from my most recent video, which was this one right here. It says, Diablo 4, first early in-game review is here, and it tells us everything. So yeah, this was based on Riker's hands-on experience with the in-game. Let's see what you guys had to say about this one. So, We have Vengeful Devil, who says the mount should have never been a mystery. It's unlocked shortly after the first act. The quest for Donovan or whatever unlocks it. That's the guy you are told to find by the old Harridan guy, and the next place you go after you leave the first act's area. So I think this just goes to show how many people missed that detail or weren't paying attention maybe. Or maybe some of you didn't miss out on that, but it seems like a lot of people were absolutely confused when that Kotaku article went out stating that, oh, you know what? It seems like you can only unlock mounts after the main quest line, which sounded totally wrong to me, of course. And it was a mistake on the end, actually, of Blizzard and their blog. They admitted, oh, we had a mistake on our blog, that we worded it wrongly. So yeah, it was just this tricking effect. And I'm glad they cleared it up. It just sounded like, what? No, there's no way. Then we have this one from Asura Dandy, who says, I'm super happy that the Werewolf Druid build was a top favorite. I plan on going Werewolf Druid when Diablo 4 comes out, and I'm super excited that it has a fun in-game build that's viable. Yeah, that was the biggest concern, Druid being so absolutely horribly weak, so it's good to know that he's actually legit a powerhouse in the in-game. It sounds like they did some really cool balancing tweaks there. Now, Drowzo says this, man, the wait for this game is brutal. I'm glad Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is coming out. We have one more Diablo 4 beta. I'm excited to try it with the patch updates and normalized drops. Yeah. Okay, so again, I'm predicting some backlash from the overall community. For those that like aren't in the know about what's going on with the adjustments related to those drops, that they were overtuned in the beta, I think people are going to be like, what happened? So I'm curious to see how everyone reacts. All right, so now we have Gar35, who says this. When you think about Diablo 2, the drop rates for good gear is super rare. I really hope good gear in Diablo 4 isn't that rare, but I also don't want it to be easy like Diablo 3. Hopefully designers thought of this and come up with a good balance. I don't mind working for the good gear, as it creates a great reward when you get a drop. However, if it is as rare as Diablo 2, I don't think some modern day players will stick around. Again, you are absolutely right, and that is going to be my worry currently right now. So I have like multiple worries about Diablo 4 going forward. The battle pass, holding on to some of the best cosmetics, and of course the drop rates not being what people want whatsoever. So we'll see how Blizzard adjusts. I am certain that they will have to adjust to certain feedback from the community. Only time will tell. But thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more Diablo 4 and open world gaming goodness, and I will see you all next time. Take care.